staying well, that you're staying safe, and that you're doing all right. Before we look in the Bible to see what today's story is, can anyone remember what we have learnt so far? Let's go back a couple of weeks. Jesus asked us to listen to what he says, and then he can help us to grow into the beautiful people he made us to be. Okay, so let's have a look in God's big book, the Bible. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a little sheep. I think we need to go in the garden to find out what this sheep is all about. Come on. Some of the people that knew Jesus thought that God loved some people more than others. And they actually thought that God thought that some people are more important than other people. And Jesus spent a lot of time with people who had done things wrong or got into difficulties, people that other people may think weren't important. So Jesus thought, right, they're not really getting this. I think I better tell a story to help them to understand. So Jesus told a story about a shepherd. Now, as you know, a shepherd has a really important job of looking after the sheep. And he has to make sure that they have enough food, and he has to make sure they have enough clean water to drink, and he has to make sure that they stay safe. Sometimes wild animals can try and catch the sheep, so the shepherd has to really try hard to make sure that it keeps them safe. Now, sometimes the sheep would also wander away. Perhaps they lose a bit of concentration or something, so the shepherd needs to keep an eye on them for that as well. Now, the shepherd in the story had to look after 100 sheep. I think that's quite a lot of looking after to do. Now, he thought he'd better just count them all up and make sure he knew where they all are and check that they were all okay. But in this story, I wondered if you and I could pretend to be the shepherd. And so I've hidden some sheep around the garden, not real ones, you'll be pleased to know, just some paper ones. So I wondered if you could give me a hand to find all 100 sheep. Can you do that? Brilliant. Come on then. Here is my untidy garden, and there are 100 sheep in the garden. Come and count them with me. one sheep missing. There's supposed to be 100 here, and there's only 99. And Jesus carried on with the story, and he said that the shepherd could only find 99 sheep. But he wasn't happy to leave it there. He was going to keep on searching and searching and searching until he could find the sheep. He was not going to stop searching until he could find the lost sheep. So come on, let's carry on searching. Phew, what a relief! I'm so glad we managed to find that last one. And Jesus said in the story that the shepherd was so pleased to find the last sheep that he went and he knocked on his friends' doors and he knocked on his neighbours' doors and he got them all out to have a big celebration because the sheep that was lost had now been found. And that was the end of the story that Jesus told. But remember that Jesus told us these stories, and they were written down in the Bible to help us to understand something else. So why did Jesus tell us this story about the shepherd and the sheep? Well, Jesus went on to explain that it tells us that nobody is more important to God than anyone else. Everyone is important to God. Even when we've made mistakes, even when we've done wrong things, God still wants to find us, to bring us back into his family, like the shepherd brought the lost sheep back with all the others. Now we're going to go and find out what we're going to make today. We are going to make a lost sheep picture. There's a big boulder that the sheep could be behind, a bush, some wildflowers and some long grass. Is he behind the boulder? No. Is the lost sheep behind the bush? No. Behind the long grass then? No. Ah, there he is. Safe and sound. You will need these things. The first thing you need to do is colour everything in. Don't worry too much about going over the lines because you're going to be cutting it out soon anyway. Keep going until it's all coloured in. Leave everything to dry and then cut them all out. Now you need your second piece of paper and fold down all the tabs on the dotted line. Arrange the items on your paper where you want them to be and then stick them down. You can add a sunshine and some more grass and flowers if you want to. And now all you need to do is hide your sheep, but don't forget to get somebody to find it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, we're all done for today, but I'm going to leave you with a challenge. I wonder if you could find 100 things. I don't know, cotton wool balls, or you could make some pictures of sheep out of paper and hide them around your house and garden for your family to find. But if that sounds a little bit like hard work, maybe you could just choose one thing to hide and see if somebody could find that. Or, like I'm in the middle of doing, you could just play hide and seek. It's lots of fun. So I see you next time. Bye! 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.